You're watching IMSCTV. Your future success starts right here.
So Sean, we're sitting here in Vegas, and I want to kind of pick your brain for a minute and just figure out exactly who you are, because we recently saw Commission Commando, and what a great intro. Hollywood, top style, great stuff. But something there, I want to know a little bit more about you, want to know where you came from, what you're about, and maybe how you got into internet marketing to start with.
Well, everything that we did in Commission Commando and the intro to that is really pretty much my story. I mean, there's a lot more details behind it and everything else. You can only say so much in like 2 minutes. But yeah, basically I started off, I was running my own business, doing what I do, and one big bad business deal went wrong and boom, wiped me out. And one thing I always tell people is don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's why I had every egg in one basket and then invested in more eggs to put in that same basket. Made a fatal mistake, and that was it. And then everything, just like a house of cards, just came crashing down. So from that was a really big wake-up call, and that had to start again. And that's difficult to do. So I came over to America, had a few opportunities presented to me, which I did take, but I realized I was putting myself back in the same situation. So, and this was really at the beginning of the spike of the internet, when everything was starting to really take off with business. And the businesses I was consulting with IT, because everyone knows I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to computers. So, I started seeing the potential of internet marketing, and all these companies, they had no idea. They had no real idea about the potential. They thought it was a fad. Well, look where we are now. So from that and them not listening, I thought, well, to hell with it. I'll start doing it myself. And from that, I started getting every course out there, every ebook, everything that would say, hey, you can do this online. You can make money online. Same as everyone is pretty much in that situation, or has been in that situation at some stage. I know yourself, Chad, that
Right.
You've been in that situation. So, and a lot of these things were missing information, or they weren't complete. They weren't full pictures of the jigsaw. So, I ended up starting to develop my own techniques based on the bit I've grabbed from this course or the bit I've pulled from this course. Right. And I started to piece together my own picture and my own strategies, and it really started to work. So.
And I really want to get more into that, but
sure.
you kind of hit on something here that just, it's a sore subject. And, it's not the easiest thing to make it online.
No, it's not.
And it's a facade out there that it's, all the one-click wonders and everything, that it's going to be that easy. And you can make good money online.
Yes.
But it does take work.
It does take work. I mean, a lot of people think, hey, you press a button, and if you listen to all the promises and empty hype, you press a button, you'll be a millionaire in 20 minutes. And no, it takes work. It takes a lot of work. I work 16 to 18 hours a day. But that's just me. Honestly, I overwork because I love what I do. But I'm working on like 6 projects, or 6, I'm working a year ahead. So what I've achieved has taken a lot of work, but I also made it a lot more complicated for myself, because I'm continuously pushing new boundaries. I'm continuously doing new things. You don't have to work 16 hours a day to make it work, but you do have to work at it. And I mean, this from everything I teach as well, is it's all about having a solid foundation.
Right.
And then if you have a solid foundation, which is what Commission Commando was really all about, was creating a foundation. And if you build on that, you've got some sort of income already generating that is covering your costs for anything else you're working on, other training courses, or you could expand upon that and just use that foundation and build an entire building or an empire based on these type of sites. But it's really difficult if you're not applying that and taking action to make that work.
So now, what would you say to somebody that has, struggled, bought course after course, Maybe they did buy Commission Commando. Maybe they bought Extreme Niche Empires, but it's just not happening for them. I mean, do they keep going? Do they keep buying products? Do they try a new technique? I mean, what exactly are they doing wrong out there?
You know, it's really hard to say. For example, with the Extreme Niche Empires, that was right. That course was developed to address the changes that was Google Panda, and we had a lot of good strategies in that. But then every 6 weeks, Google Panda came out with a new revision. It's like Panda 2.0 and stuff like that. So even from that, you had to modify the strategy and adapt. So when we were talking about turning off the auto posting, coming up with more unique content, taking certain elements out, putting other elements in, you just roll with the wave. And the internet's continuously changing.
Right.
So that's why Commission Commando took a slightly different angle to the same problem, where instead of relying on Google, we fed into social media, created the social media footprint and profile that then Google respected, but Google didn't have the auto posting indexed, and it wasn't going to cause a problem with Panda because they just see the unique aspect.
And it was pure genius. I don't know where. You want to share where you come up with these ideas and how you do it so fast? I mean,
honestly, ADHD,
put you on the spot here.
Yeah, ADHD has its benefits because I'll come up with these ideas or approaches, and then I'll test them, see if it works, and that's it. I think outside of the box. I think outside of the room. I think outside of the planet sometimes, according to my wife. But it's really a different mindset.
Right.
And you have these ideas. I mean, like last night. I mean, we're in Vegas right now. Everyone else is networking, enjoying themselves, partying, and I don't sleep in Vegas. So what was I doing?
And obviously I don't either.
And 5 o'clock this morning, I had an idea for a plugin, and I started writing it down. It just ideas come to me at all different times, and if I don't keep notes, I'll lose all those ideas. But one thing I do recommend is you have a notepad, and if you have an idea for something, write it down, and just call it your ideas pad. It's a great thing to do. And if you want to do it, hey, if you have a smartphone, Evernote. Take little voice dictations and put your idea down, and that's it. I do that all the time.
And it is a great system. I use it too. You mentioned something, and I wasn't going to bring it up, but Extreme Niche Empires.
Okay.
It did come out. I'm going to put you on the spot here. It did come out right before Panda.
Yes. Well, it came out after the first Panda.
Okay.
And we addressed the Panda. Yeah, we addressed the first round of Pandas, but there's been several Pandas since. There's been the son of Panda and everything else, yeah.
So what would you say to all those thousands of people out there that have bought Extreme Niche Empires? Because obviously auto posting is a big part of that course. Mm-hmm. Do they need to just can it, start over? Can they make it work?
Yes, absolutely. We got lots of sites and lots of people who do make it work. You spin the content so it's unique, or you use WP Unique, which is a great plugin. And that basically makes it, in the eyes of Google, unique content. That was a great way to dodge the problem. Or, again, the foundation of those sites is the 10 targeted pages. And what we did in our update videos for that was say, hey, you can optionally leave off the auto posting, focus on those 10 unique items, and bring those up to the search engines, build backlinks to it, and they'll work fine. And we got people making $22,000 a month still from that.
There has been a lot of success stories, and I've heard them myself this weekend. So
it's all about adapting. Don't stay stagnant. If you're not finding the success, keep pushing, keep adapting, and work with what you've got. And again, we've got a great support team. That we even have live support, which is almost unheard of in the internet marketing industry. And hey, if you've got a question, ask us. If you've got a problem, ask us. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and that's true because I oversee the support team and everything. Yeah. And
if you can speak to him, okay, he's actually one of the lead guys in the support area as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the live support, you might.
It is a great support system. I'll give you that, but. We spoke to a lot of marketers this weekend,
yes,
and
we did,
there's the way this industry is going and the change in trend and everything, I kind of look at it and go, man, what are these guys doing? You know what I mean? What's your feeling on the direction the internet marketing is going?
You know, honestly,
I'm
really concerned. ClickBank, as some people know, they've been cleaning up their act. The FTC's been breathing down their necks. Visa and MasterCard with the transaction risk have been breathing down their necks. So there's been a lot of cleanup, but a lot of people are also moving to different platforms to get around the cleanup, basically. Now, I fully agree with ClickBank with what they're doing to clean up the industry.
It's a good move.
I think it's a great move, and we had absolutely no problems getting through the approval process.
And you were one of the first ones to have to go through that new process, right?
Yeah, which made things interesting. And I'm going to make a confession here. We did have one problem with our script. The reason being, I never work with a script. Everything I do is ad lib, but they needed a script to approve. Now, being dyslexic, being honestly very lazy when it comes to writing anything, we had to go back and forth with the script a lot.
Right.
We had like 4 different revisions, but it wasn't really revisions, it was more clarifications and minor little wording tweaks. For example, I can't say you will do this. I have to say you have the potential to do this.
I see.
So it's little
They're good
wording.
changes.
Absolutely, and we certainly were the first ones to come past that new rule set and launch. There was lots of people due to launch the same week as us, but they all got disapproved and either that or knocked out of altogether. So a lot of people are moving to click to sell, the other one CC bill and stuff like that, but they all have their inherent problems as well.
Right.
So I think it's really good what is happening in the shift, and it's going to separate a lot of the questionable products from the ones that should stand out with quality, and hope that a lot of people see us as quality marketers, because we really do focus a lot on making sure everything's above board, everything's very clear and everything else. But it's unfortunately it's the nature of the beast. We've got a lot of people here this weekend who are very good friends and really high-end marketers with some really great products. And a lot of them agree with me that the funneling, the changes that are being made are really solidifying and helping push the good products and then kick out the ones that really are just, well, basically crap.
And do you think it's going to weed them out?
It's going to separate them. I think there's going to be a group that goes one way, a group that goes the other. They're going to, the writing's on the wall. And I think the FTC is going to come down hard and really scrutinize this industry. And I think there are going to be some people who are basically made examples of. That's my prediction there. And that's going to hurt. That's going to cause some major ripples. But again, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, because, I really question some of the products that are out there myself. And
I think we all do. I think that's a very natural thing because we've all been burnt by things that are just crap.
Right.
And we believe the hype. I mean, I've been there myself. We've all done that, I'm sure. Where you think this is it. It's a really great piece of software. If it does even half of what they say on the sales page, excellent. Very rarely turns out.
See, and that's the other thing I've noticed, a big change. Everything seems to be going to softwares, plugins. I mean, why are the info courses just out the door now? You don't find them anymore.
Well, here's the thing, and we're making a shift towards software as well. He works for me, so he knows this. But it's a very good question. A lot of the info courses, there's only so many ways you can say how to get a dead-on domain, how to optimize your WordPress website, how to create a Facebook fan page. There's lots of rehashing of the same information. So what we're doing, and you guys will see this over the next few months, is we're focusing a lot more on software to automate the problems and roadblocks that a lot of people are having. So, things like how to build traffic, how to build automated link wheels and pyramids and link magnets and things like that, how to get lots of traffic and automated backlinks, how to clone a website with all its settings. This is the idea I was working on this morning. Is I had a great idea for a plugin that clones an optimized website and maintains the settings. Something I know that you had a lot of problems with.
Right.
I came up with a solution in my head at 3 o'clock in the morning, jotted it down, and that was it.
So do you sleep?
Very rarely. And the problem is I have the best ideas in my sleep. Or I'm
Right.
dozing there and suddenly just like this idea out of nowhere comes. But no, I am a terrible insomniac. So
I mean, what are we going to see here? Are we going to see more big ClickBank launches? Are we going to see plugins? I mean, what do you have planned?
the industry shifted in 12 months. All the $2,000 products disappeared and everyone moved to ClickBank. ClickBank then became overloaded with like 2 or 3 launches every week. Everyone jumping on the same bandwagon. Now with the FTC changes, that's dropped down to almost nothing. So I think people are going to start shifting back to webinars, which we're going to be doing, guys, so keep an eye out for those links. We've got some great workshops coming up, so there's a shameless plug right there. But
You're good with those shameless plugs.
Hey, this is my TV show. I can
That's
plug
right.
it. And this is. But I think there's going to be lots of things like that. A lot of evergreen products, what we call micro continuity. I think there's going to be a lot of. It needs to find a new balance, and the thing is that when there's a lot of people finding that balance, then everyone's going to jump on that bandwagon, and then it's going to shift again.
Right.
So I think the medium price points, the $497, $1,000 type products are going to make a comeback, but in a webinar setting. But then again, I also think a lot of people need to focus on relationship building. I mean, it's one thing.
Well, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah, basically.
Right? We're in
yeah.
Vegas this weekend to build up relationships.
Exactly.
And,
yeah, we're networking. We're meeting a lot of great people. Hey guys, if you're watching this, hey, nice, thanks, and look forward to meeting you again at the next event. So we're having a lot of fun here. We're meeting a lot of great people that we've had conversations on, on Skype, and we've developed good friendships, and now we're actually meeting them face to face.
And there is some great people in this industry, but there are some people that I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw them. I mean, not to mention names, but it's just how I feel, and it's kind of the way the industry's going. And
I think a lot of people feel that same way, and it's really, when you're this side of the fence, there's a lot of politics. You ride a fine line, and you have to make a lot of judgment calls about, can I promote this product in good faith, or is it going to hurt our reputation or what we do? And a lot of the times, ignore the hype. It's a really good product behind it.
And there is a lot of hype.
And there's a lot of hype,
fluff.
and it's a sad fact, but the hype sells. But the problem is that it's also empty promises. But then again, oftentimes there's a really great strategy behind all that hype, that if you just take that and then work with it, hey, it'll do very well. It won't make you $1 million, I guarantee that, but it could, if applied right and you take action, could work very well.
So, tough question. You ready for it?
Go on, shoot.
Do you think most of the IM products out there, do you think the goal and the objective is to help the end user? Or is it to put a quick buck in the product creator's pocket? Honestly. I have my own opinion.
He's put me on the spot with this one. I didn't know what questions were coming up here. This is completely spontaneous. I think a lot of people do have the intent in the back of their minds to help, because, again, they're really great strategies. I think there's a great deal of, I need to make some money as well. And that comes as basically, if you succeed with a product launch, you make a lot of money, but you also help a lot of people as well. There's a lot of people who are more focused on the money than the product. I mean, that's just a matter of course. And we've seen those kind of scammy products and overhyped sales letters with very little in the back end. It's very, very difficult, and I'm being very honest here.
Right.
A lot of marketers in this industry will fully agree with that. There is a lot of people who want to put the money in their back pocket, drive off in their Ferrari into the distance, and never see them again.
A lot of bling. A lot of show.
Yeah, but that's part of part of the industry. But hey, if you're genuine, if you really want to help people, you still can make a lot of money doing what basically I do, and we do make very good money. But at the end of the day, we're also helping a lot of people as well, and that to me is what it's really all about. Right,
and that is a key word for you. I do believe you're genuine. I do believe you're loyal.
I appreciate that.
And why? What's going on in your head? Why are you so hands-on with the people down here? Because you don't see that in the internet marketing industry. You don't. I've bought plenty of courses in my time. I never actually spoke with the product creator. I mean, I know the minute I bought, I think it was Firestorm SEO, Twitter Commando, one of those two. I mean, I was talking to you in the Skype room the next day, and you were helping me get through that. And I mean, what's your goals and objectives there, and why are you so hands-on?
Well, at the end of the day is I've been exactly where you are. I mean, you were a student of mine before you started working with me.
Right.
And I've been where you have been. I've been there, I've struggled, I've figured it out. And if I can share that and help people pass those roadblocks, if I can help just one person pass that, I've succeeded. And, my success, I had my success before I started making products. And it was people like yourself who saw what I was doing, said, hey, you need to show other people, or, hey, how do I do that? I've seen what you're doing there. How do you do that? And I started teaching people, and it just made sense to progress that into creating an actual course about it.
Right.
And then it just took off. But at the end of the day, I make a lot of money doing what I do, but I also get a lot of personal satisfaction in that I can help people overcome those roadblocks and start to see success. I mean, I was at ClickBank Exchange recently in New York.
Right.
And I'm just sat kind of minding my own business, talking to another guy who's a product developer I'd never met, didn't know much about, but it's from the Warrior Forum, so I'm just talking back and forth. And this couple came over and introduced themselves and say, hey, Extreme Niche Empires, it's the first money we've ever actually made online. Thank you so much.
And that's a great feeling. It's got to be.
It blew me away, and it made me, it was very humbling, but I'm like, they get it. They understood, and they applied it, they took action, and they saw the first bit of success. And the thing is that, and this is one thing I try and let a lot of people know, and you guys out there today, is if you see your first bit of success, replicate it, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it as many times as you can. That first step into success changes your mindset. You suddenly realize, hey, it's not bullcrap. This actually could work. And then just keep applying it, keep taking action, make it bigger and bigger and bigger until it gets to where you want to be. It's exactly how I started. It's exactly how you've started. And many people who saw their first success, it's like an acorn seed. You put it in the ground, it grows, it grows, it grows.
Yeah, making that first dollar is probably the hardest part.
For a long time, the first dollar I made online, or my first commission check, which was actually $1.48, which was an Amazon check. Okay, this is really geeky. But I actually framed it and never cashed it and put it on my wall because it reminded me, hey, that was the first one. For thousands and hundreds of thousands, of commission payments from all sorts of different things.
Is it still on your wall?
It actually is.
Well, you have to give us a picture. So
I'll have to do that.
That'd be interesting to see.
So that was the first one. But it reminded me, hey, everything can work if you apply it right and take action. You just gotta keep pushing.
And your next check, just curious.
Oh well, we just.
Did Did you double it? I mean,
Oh,
that's
the
idea
one
here,
after,
right?
I thought you meant the next
No,
gen.
the one after.
No, it started growing, and it was continuous growth because I continuously pushed. I thought it was meant my next commission check from wherever. No. But no, yeah, it just kept growing, and then it started to diversify into other things. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, like I said at the beginning here, and just start diversifying, start pushing in other directions, and that was it. Scale, automation, diversification, the cornerstones of what I teach.
Right. And there is some conspiracy theories out there. I mean, when you say don't put all your eggs in one basket, I mean, how many baskets, how many eggs do you have out there?
Well, everything.
Because I truly believe you do have ADD, especially being here all week.
You spent the weekend with me.
I've heard 1,000 different ideas just in a 24-hour period. And
well, we've got our fingers in a lot of stuff, including outside of IM niches, with product creation, affiliate marketing, video marketing, software development, plugin development. We've got some services coming up, which you guys are going to absolutely love. We've got some really cool ideas for article and content generation, for a whole new dynamic of content spinning and uniquifying that will. It's just gonna. It's
some more magic stuff.
Basically, so much stuff.
I guess Jim says Mr. Wizard, right?
One of your Mr. Wizard, yeah, Mr. Wizard, from a 1960s cartoon. I've never heard of it, but as soon as you showed me, I was like, yeah, okay, you got me. So yeah, but I mean, it is. ADD is a curse and a blessing at the same time, because it allows me to think in a different way, to step back from the fog of war, so to speak,
sure, and
see the bigger picture, see how things connect in a different way, and then I put it together and give it to you guys. So
So I mean, what would you say is probably your biggest weakness, whether it be in IM? I know you're a big public speaker, right? That's something.
We're starting to get into that more and more. Yeah, my biggest weakness, organization, which is why I brought you on board.
Well, and that's a pretty big challenge, but
I
we're
am
getting
terrible.
there.
Yeah, I am terrible. I mean, I'm an ideas guy. I put things into action, but I'm always very last second. Things are always, oh crap, I forgot to do this, or stuff like that, or it gets a little crazy. But yeah, organization, again, that's a major thing with the ADD. And also, I'll be quite honest, I try and do too much at once. One thing, and this is one thing I'm learning, I'm going to share it with you because it is a big weakness of mine. I'll try and work on 3 or 4 projects at once. You can't do that. You've got to focus on one project, get it done, then start on the next one. Because
right,
if you start breaking your focus, especially with me, you can't put 100% into 25% of a project. If your time is that split, it doesn't work.
So are you always, I mean, I don't like video. I'll be the first to tell you that, but are you always this calm, cool, and collector? I mean, does this stuff still make you nervous, or?
Not really. It did at first. I got over it pretty quick because it was a choice of this or writing. So I decided on this.
I don't like writing either.
So because I hate writing, but I've always been very, I would say, easygoing. So I pretend that camera that's looking at us right now isn't there, and it's just, and that's why we're having a conversation.
But it is there. It's just a few feet away. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm holding the microphone, but yeah, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It did when I went on stage recently in San Francisco.
Right.
And I was telling someone this the other day. I was about to speak. I mean, I'd been speaking several times. Wasn't nervous at all. But when it came to actually speak, to actually sell a product from the stage and show about my video marketing product, my hand started twitching for no reason. I wasn't nervous, but my hand started twitching. And then I started getting butterflies in my stomach, and I'm like, I'm not nervous. I'm not actually feeling nervous, but I'm getting the physical symptoms. That worried me.
That's interesting.
I
haven't seen that side of you, so that's very interesting.
And I had to just like you're not nervous, and it's just like something I learned from another public speaker. Is you just tell yourself you're not nervous, and eventually you convinced yourself. And my hands stopped, and so did the butterflies. But there was a moment there I was starting to think, I'm going to have a panic attack before I get on stage. This is not going to be good. But the difference was there was people actually there who I could see. I mean, right now I can't see all you guys, obviously. We're looking at a camera.
Yeah.
But I know there's thousands upon thousands of people watching this, which is a really big audience. But I don't see them. This was a room of people, and they're all got their eyes on you. And you know that if you're going to if you're going to screw up, you're going to screw up, and everyone's going to see it.
Right.
With this, I can edit it out. Any mistake I make, I can edit it out.
And if I could find a way to make you nervous, I'd do it just so they could see it, but I don't quite know what
We haven't got the
do.
bloopers reel yet. But we'll see
that'll be a
this.
good video when we do. We're here, and I know we met with Anik Singhal this weekend. We're here for his big red carpet premiere event,
Absolutely,
which was
been
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
I know you've worked with some big people before. Is there anybody out there that you would just really like to work with?
Well, funnily enough, because we're getting more into the public speaking side of things, I aim high. I really aim high. My goal is with the public speaking is an opportunity to speak on stage, or on the same stage as Sir Richard Branson, who was, he's kind of been my unofficial mentor and inspiration
I think
since I
he's
was a
probably a
child.
lot of people's mentor.
I think so. I mean,
Right.
that guy was amazing. I saw him speak when I was a kid. He inspired me to become an entrepreneur, the right mindset. So it's weird how it's come almost full circle, because I'm doing some training. I'm going to be quite honest. I need training, and it's weird. They never stop learning. Okay, that's another tip.
Good tip.
I'm not perfect as a public speaker. I know there's many things I did wrong when I did do public speaking just recently, but it opened my eyes to a whole new world. And the people I'm going to be training with, actually, in a few months, are speaking with Sir Richard Branson in Australia. So that
all about
goal,
connections and networking.
absolutely, and actually Richard Branson approached them to do this.
Interesting.
So my goal has suddenly become very possible, and there's a connection. There is an opportunity there. So if I can push it to that level, then yeah, that would be that's my dream right there.
What was it? I mean, you mentioned goals. Was it? I think it was the last boot camp, and you had a demonstration, on your PowerPoint, and I think you had up a house. I think it was a house or a hotel or something.
It's hard to tell with my drawings, yeah.
And you had mentioned that you hit your 5-year mark in 2 years.
Yep.
I mean, what would your 10-year mark be? And how long? I mean, are you going to hit that in another 2 years, you think?
I'm hoping to hit that. Well, I've got a 10-year plan, but everyone should have like a 1-year plan, a 5-year plan, and a 10-year plan. And it's not so much, okay, I want to have $10 million in the bank, $5 million in the bank. Just where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Are you reinventing yourself? Are you taking? You want to quit your job? You want to be have your own membership site, or you want to have pay off your mortgage, put the kids to be through college, and then you figure out, okay, that's where I want to be at that time. How the hell am I going to do it? And you break it down into phases and figure out the path forward, and those become your goals or your mini goals and your targets, and you hit each one of those targets, you'll do that. Now, I had a 5-year, like you said, a 5-year goal, and just because of some of the opportunities I had that I seized and applied and put into action, they made those things happen so much faster that, great, okay, my 5-year plan is done in 2 years, so I can bring everything else forward. So yeah, I might do it in 5 years. I don't know. We'll see.
At what point do you reach the rainbow and your final goal? I mean, do you ever stop?
No, because and this is the thing. And again, I guess it's what they call the A-type personality.
Mm-hmm.
Is, hey, if you hit your goal, develop some new goals. Always push yourself. Always give yourself a reason to be, okay? And for me, it's, you know, whatever I'm setting as a goal. That's my reason why I do what I do. It's my driving force, it's my primary emotion, and it really is the thing that pushes me forward to continuously grow myself, to continuously learn. I mean, if I'm not learning something, I'm staying still, I'm stagnant. That just leads to boredom. For someone with ADHD, that's not good.
No, no, it probably isn't.
There's so many things out there. There's so many things to do. I just don't ever see stopping. And I think I was saying to you the other day, I can't ever see myself retiring because I love what I do so much. And there's always something new to do. There's always some new barrier or something that hasn't been done yet. Well, see if I can do it. Why not? Never doubt that you can do anything you can put your mind to.
What would you say to everybody, and I speak to a lot of our members, I speak to a lot of other marketers and affiliates, what would you say to the people out there that say, hey, I want to be like Sean Donahoe? Is that possible? Is that something in reach, honestly?
Honestly, yes. You don't have to have ADHD. That's not a prerequisite. No. But no, the only difference between where I am and where the average struggling marketer is experience, action, and determination. That's the three things that will help you get ahead. And it doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter what area of marketing or business you're in. Anyone can do what I do. It's just a case of application. If you've got something that you see your first bit of success, keep pushing, keep applying that knowledge, keep shoving yourself forward and forcing yourself to continuously learn new stuff, to apply new techniques, to put everything in place that will make you a success. And keep learning. Associate yourself with people at a level way above yourself, because you will find that there's a magnetic effect with that. It brings you up to that level. If you stay down here with people who I would say that, you know, they're negative, they don't have that motivation, they think, hey, you can't do that, you'll never make it. What's going to happen? You're going to stay at that level.
Right.
So find the people who succeed. Find people who are pushing themselves. Go with those people, and they will bring you up. And then keep going that level, you know, up. I mean, I say in internet marketing, there's 6 levels of internet marketers, starting off with the base, all the way up through product developers, public speakers, and all the way up to people like, well, Richard Branson, to be quite honest, level 6, you know. I would say right now I'm kind of floating between 4, 5, and kind of 6, and I'm kind of bouncing around there right now. But all it takes is time and place, putting things into action, and making it happen. That's really it.
And you know, that's easy for you. It's easy for me. What's going on with the lights?
So we had to change the lighting around just a little bit because the sun suddenly went
I guess
down.
Vegas turned off their lights. Or something.
Yeah, that's it. All the neon comes up now, and you know, all hell breaks loose. So, so you were saying about the, you know, how do people get to where I am if they want to be me? It isn't really that much different. Like I was saying, you know, you associate yourself with people who are success orientated, they're pushing themselves, and I mean, in all honesty, that's kind of what we've got with the Inner Circle, which is, as you guys know, our exclusive kind of members area, which is part of the Internet Marketing Success Center as a whole.
Right.
So
and it kind of sounds like a shameless plug, Sean.
I was trying to work it in there. I wasn't going to call it a shameless plug, but I mean, you've been a member of the Inner Circle for a while. Let me ask you a question.
That's like the best $47 I ever spent. Yeah, shoot, fire away.
I was going to say, you came, I mean, okay, let's turn the tables, okay? He's giving me the hard
This
questions.
was not part of the plan.
Now, I mean, you, like you said, you came across with another marketer who was being very, very successful. You saw you saw a post about his success.
Yeah,
and
when you say success, we're talking about $10,000 a month.
Yeah,
which at the time for me, that was definitely a success level.
Yeah, and that was through internet marketing and what he was doing.
Right.
And you saw this, like, hey, how the heck did you do that? And he attributed it to what I had taught him.
Yep.
Let's use correct English and actual words that exist.
Yeah, I won't correct you. That was the deal we made. So
No, there you go. So, but I mean, you came across and saw what he was doing.
Right.
So, what brought you into the inner circle? What motivated you to actually join?
You know, that post was just, it was well written, and it was true, it was genuine, and I actually added that person to the Skype room, and they taught me a little bit. They told me a little bit about Firestorm SEO, Twitter Commando. I think Backlink Booster was in there, and those aren't shameless plugs. That's the truth.
No, that I do the shameless plugs. He does the
And
references.
yeah, and when, I'm very honest. I don't talk about crap, but when I was talking to him on Skype, he told me, he says, hey, I'm on the other channel, I'll be back in a minute. And I was like, well, what's this other channel? He says, well, I'm talking to the creator in the other room on Skype. I said, so you have a room with this Sean Donahoe guy? He goes, yeah, he's talking to all us members in here. And I think I was a member that very night. And yeah, that was definitely a life-changing event for me. I mean, that's when I actually started making money online. That's when I started making the connections. Yeah, it was the greatest. I think it was like $47 or something like that. You know what? I think it was $67. You recently came back and lowered it, or some
A little bit,
somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, don't quote me on that, but yeah, that was.
We've gone through a few different price changes.
I'm not being exaggerated. I don't mean to sound corny, but that was a life-changing event for me. And I've been in internet marketing for 12 years. I've been a part of masterminds, other circles, and it was just disappointment after disappointment. And even though Firestorm SEO was more money out of my pocket, the inner circle was more money out of the pocket, I mean, I was down to my last limb. I said, you know, nothing I bought, nothing's worked. And you're looking at a guy that probably spent, I don't know, close to 50 to 100 grand on internet marketing products over the last 10 years.
See, I wish I'd met him like 10 years ago.
And that's the truth. and that's the truth. And I haven't counted it. I don't want to know, but I mean, that's a scary figure. Mm-hmm. And I've been in the shoes of these guys, and it's really frustrating. And I've actually bought that product, and to say to yourself, well, what if this is that one? And you heard this from my wife this weekend. What if that is the one product that finally makes it all happen? And those marketers are really great at convincing you that this is the solution you've been waiting for.
Absolutely. No, it's a difficult thing, but like you said, you've come into this arena now, surrounded by people who are success orientated and action driven and everything else.
Right.
And would you say that that's brought you up to a level of commitment to your own success?
Well, exactly, and I'm definitely very motivated. I mean, it's very inspirational, but I also know who I don't want to be, and I don't want to lose my values. I don't want to lose my integrity. And you know, on my blog, I refer to some of these guys as schmucks. I'm not scared to say that. I still believe that, and that's not who I want to be, and I know that's not who you want to be.
No, that's very, very true.
Right.
Well, I guess we should wrap this up. Otherwise, we'll be talking all night.
Yeah,
and,
we probably could. We've been doing it all weekend.
Yeah,
huh?
pretty much. It's been good. So I guess I kind of turn the tables on you. So I guess thank you for
You're welcome.
doing the interview at the beginning and being the interviewee at
You're
the
welcome.
end.
And
So
sorry for putting you on the spot, but
you know what?
people
I
want to know
respect-
these things.
I respect that a lot. That was very spontaneous. He did put me on the spot, and that's good because hey, you get to see the inside and the real answers. There's nothing hidden here behind the veil. That's really what it's about. So I guess from Vegas, that's the end of this week's IMSCTV. Again, shameless plug, there is a link below if you would like to check out the Inner Circle and what it's all about. Click on that link. You can find out some more information about that. Hey, we'd love to have you in there. And I guess we wrap this up. We'll go get some chew-ins, as a very good friend of ours
Sounds
would
good.
say.
We got Ask Sean says what, a half hour away.
Absolutely, we're about to start the Ask Sean session. I'm glad you mentioned that. I would have
Well,
forgot.
that's part. You know, I don't want to pitch things.
Go
but
ahead.
That is a massive part of this whole Inner Circle thing. I mean, the webinar that we do every Friday, the Skype room. I mean, there's so many benefits to that package, and it's not just this video. I mean, if anybody reads my blog, they know the same thing. that has probably been the best purchase I've ever made in my life. So I really want to encourage you guys to go check it out. And
Thank you.
I think, do you still have the $1 promo?
Yep, you can get a access for $1, which is less than the price of a candy bar. You can check it out for 14 days. If you like it, great. If it's not for you, no problem. But
well, either that, or you can go spend what, $5,000 a month on coaching, because I mean that's pretty much what you want. I mean, we really do talk to this guy every day. He does help us with our situations and everything. And I'm not trying to ruin your video here, but you know, as many people as we can get in that circle, I mean, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely. Okay, well, thanks very much, Chad. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.